Ayo, it's Sam Eyes TV. This is my eyes. This is what I see. And right now, I see we have Terrance Gangsta Williams on the couch. Terrance, how you doing?
Oh man, I'm doing good. Thank God I'm still alive.
All right, let's work. Let's get it. Can you share with us how many children your father had and how many your mother had?
My father had 25. My mother 3. On my mother's side, I'm the middle boy. There's 3 boys on my mother's side. Chris, Shedrick. Chris and myself, then Shedrick.
Okay.
But I'm a mama baby.
You're the baby, but you're in the middle.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so you're the baby.
I'm her favorite child, too. I want to put that out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you say you've been closer to your mama's side of the family or your daddy's side of the family?
It's been a mixture, man, but I would lean more to my mother's side. Yeah, because we real close and stay around one another. Yeah.
All right. Did I hear you mention your mother has Panamanian roots?
Yeah, I was playing. I was capping when I said that.
Oh, man. So that question is no longer.
Yeah.
Man. What made you say that?
Because when I was in prison, I had a Muslim brother. He was a Panamanian. He was my color. And I just be like, but you know, a lot of them Spanish people, well, Latinos that speak Spanish, different colors, shades of colors. So I was like, I didn't want to know what they talking about when they be speaking Spanish. They could speak English, but then sometimes they get around certain people, they go to speaking, Spanish. I'm like, man, what they be saying? You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I'm going to start telling people I'm going to Panamanian. Real just playing.
Well, today you're going to be Panamanian, okay?
Okay.
All right, cool.
Sí,
senor.
Okay.
Do you remember wanting to see your father more often when you were younger?
Not really, because I was always bad. I was running around, so I never grew up like a lot of the children or certain people be like, I always wanted the father figure, I always wanted that, because the streets was my father figure.
Okay. Do you recall any advice your father gave you that stuck with you over the years?
No, not at all.
Growing up, did you have a favorite brother or one that you were especially close to?
Yeah. It was Chris, my brother Chris, and Baby, Birdman.
Can you do the Birdman sound?
Oh!
Thank you. Was there a sister? Did you?
Yeah,
I
got sisters on my father's side, yeah. But I just never was this close with them. Like, we speak cool, hey, but I was one of the ones I always grew up in from juvenile jail. Come on. Let me tell you something. I went to juvenile jail in 1990. I broke out in 91. September 91. I went to jail January of 92, February 92. Got out September or October of 92. They locked me back up. From 92, 93. From 92, then they came and got me from the juvenile jail and brought me to the adult jail. From 93, I pled guilty in 93 of September to attempt murder. They dropped the murder charge. So, and then I got out, went back in December, went back January for intimidated witness of 94. I got arrested in February for homicide. Got out in May, stabbed in June, shot in July, back in August for murder. In 94, got out in 95 on probation bond. I got caught across the river with a Chrome 45 with my cousin Levant coming out of Mary Poppins. We went to JP jail. We stayed there like 5-6 days. They released us. Then I got caught in March of 95 and I went and did my stay bid. Got out in April of 96. And I stayed home from April 96 to March of 98. And then I got a life sentence with the feds. So I ain't had time to mingle with family. I was mingling with the streets. Jail, streets, jail,
Yeah, don't forget about jail, because there's a lot of jail in that relationship.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's move to your to the infamous call you had with your brother Birdman.
Mm-hmm.
During your last conversation with him, before the topic of cooperation came up, Was the overall tone positive and hopeful?
No, you know what? I think it's already was like, I ain't messing with you. I just want to hear from you. It was already, his mind was already made. But it was more like, let me hear from you so you can hear from me so we ain't got to go through these calls no more. You ain't got to call me why I don't have to look at the phone until I don't want to talk. So, you know what I'm saying? I think it was one of them man to man. Look, this is what it is. I heard. I want to hear it. Okay, that's what it is. All right, cool. Beat it.
So was this in the back of your mind during the whole conversation? Like, I know you feel a certain way, or?
No, my mind was on, I'm free. You gonna give me something, gonna give me a nod, I ain't tripping, I get how I live. I did that all my life.
All right, so when y'all got off the phone, do you believe Birdman was emotional and saddened about the situation?
No, not at all. Man, you talking about an arrogant multi-millionaire that coming from the hood that made it. What he gonna be emotional and sad for? He ain't gotta give me no money now. So that's like, it's like your bank account be here. You know when somebody come home from jail, you hit them all. Boom, here you go. So it's like, I ain't gotta do nothing for you now, boy. Yeah.
But he took care of you when you was in there, so.
Yeah, that's a fact.
So he did good.
Yeah, that's a fact.
When you said no one is bigger than the brand, were you letting him know that you respected whatever decision he felt he had to make?
Yeah, of course. Of course. You can't put a regular human before the brand because the person, he not making no money for the brand. He might just be there. So if we stay stuck in our feelings on being loyal to a family member or a homie, then we're going to stay stagnated. We're not going to grow. So the brand, nobody ain't bigger than the brand. The brand must go, and that's what's feeding us.
Do you think Toni Braxton was caught off guard emotionally after y'all just had a good conversation?
No, because she was a very sweet lady. She got on the phone. She said, hey, I heard a lot about you. Da, da, da. We had a nice conversation. That's what the positive thing I got out of that whole little kick that night. Yo, me and TB talking. Some whole day, yo.
Shout out to TB.
Mm-hmm. Big facts.
Is that her nickname or you just came up with it?
I just came up with it.
Okay.
Might be somebody might call it TB. I don't know, but I just Toni Braxton, TB.
All right. So this is the G code section. Did losing your father impact you the same way it seemed to affect Birdman? Or were you too young to fully feel it at that time, losing your father?
I was young. Yeah, I was young. I was too young.
Too young. What percentage of your family would you say truly lives by the G code?
It's a good question, yeah. Honestly, I don't know because we always say we live by the G code until we test it.
That was hard.
True. We always say, I'm living by that G code, I'm standing on business, I'm whoop the whoop the whoop whoop. But when the whoop the whoop 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 come through, you like, oh, no, indeed. You know what I'm saying? So, a lot of us be battle tested. Some make it, some don't.
Okay. Did you ever take a picture with the Williams Brothers street sign that they named after y'all?
No, you know what's crazy? I've been in NO ever since then, too. I ain't much think to go do that.
We're going to need a picture with y'all family street, man. We're going to need it.
Yeah, because that's my street, too. You're right, because I'm a Williams, so I could go on. You're right. You know what? I'm got to make that happen.
Make it happen, please. Do you still deal with any physical side effects from being shot or stabbed?
Well, I got minor arthritis in my lower back, but that be killing me. But I don't know. Honestly, bro, I be so high off of life and happy I'm home to, if it do hit me, I be like, oh, but then I keep it moving, bro.
Shake it off.
And keep it moving.
Okay. All right. Are you and Blabber still cool? Could we ever see him on that couch?
Yes and yes. No matter how much Blabber talk about me, Blabber talk about everybody. Blabber love me. I can call Blabber right now on his phone, and Blabber gonna pick up.
Are you aware of any of your victims or their families, if they follow your content or not?
Everybody watch me. I'm the people chat. You got a lot of people that come through peeking and not speaking. They all watch what I'm doing, trying to see what I'm doing, who I'm talking about, what I got going on. Yes.
If any one of them wanted to come on your platform to speak, would you be open to it?
It depends on what they want to speak about. See, my platform, I'm learning now. I'm learning who I am, my work, what's going on with this channel. So it ain't just for you to jump on there and just go to talk and know anything. No, indeed, I done built this up, whereas people want to hear good stories, nice things. I don't want to hear go to crying about this one ain't paying my own man. And you need to go bring that on Crypto Jesus channel. Shots fired.
Shout out to the crypto gang.
You part of the crypto gang?
I'm part of it. I'm part of the F gang.
No, answer that question. Are you part of the crypto gang?
Yes.
Sam Eyes.
Sam Eyes, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Which side of your family is more turned up or wild in your opinion? The Williams side or the other side? What's the other side?
There's Williams over there too.
Okay.
But I think I won't say more. I'm gonna say more on my mother's side because I know all my little cousins. You know, I know a lot of my cousins. I know a lot of my cousins. I'm gonna say that I know them. Some
Shout
of
out
them
to
in the
JR?
street. Man, JR is part of the crypto gang. Don't shout JR. Don't shout no JR out on my channel, man. JR turned his back on me and went with crypto behind chasing some bras. That's toxic. Y'all whole little sector over there is toxic now that I think about it. Yeah, let's talk about that. Britt, Peachy Blanco come out here for crypto party. They go downtown Dallas. We having a good time, but we left though. They get into a fight. Y'all too old for that. Then they got jumped by my homegirls out here in Dallas. That's right. What I respect about Peachy Blanco though, she helped Britt though. She stood in the pain, helped her out.
Shout out to the soldiers. Shout out to the soldiers. All right, let's get back on. Let's get to the children. When you had your first child, were you excited?
Yeah.
Nervous or
No, not nervous, excited. I want to see what it was, how it looked. You know, what do the baby look like me or do you look like the cable man? I want to see. Yeah, I was excited. I'm always excited, and that's just what all the time, bro. Like I got one of my daughters. I brought her mother to the hospital. I was in the room when she came out of her mother's womb. I was the first one to talk to her and all that. So that's a special moment for me. I always hold that and cherish that. But now, my youngest daughter and I, we real tight. So I can't be really saying names and saying this and that, shouting out certain names because they listening, they watching. They watching, boy. They all my children.
So they love their daddy. Safe.
Yeah, because let me tell you something. No matter what I did in the street, all the stuff I did in the street, I always made sure my children was good. When I was in the Fed with a life sentence, life in 20, I could have screamed, I'm exempt now, I can't help y'all. But I took care of my children from prison. You know what I'm saying? I was able to help pitch in from prison. Yeah.
And you put one through college, a semester.
Well, let me make that. I didn't put her through college. I can't steal the credit from her mother. But I was able to pay for a semester. I remember taking $9,000 out, sharing that because she was going to Howard University. And she said, Dad, I need $2 more. $2 more, got to sit. All right. I sent it to her. So, and then my other daughter graduated from Tulane University. So I remember having to pay for, when you first go to college, they make you stay on the campus. Yeah, man, I think it was like, I sent like $5,000 and send some more money for something else. But yeah, I was able to send money thanks to Slim and Baby. Yeah. So that's why no matter that they're not rocking with me now, I look at it, what I need them the most, they was there for me. When I was partially handicapped, behind that wall, not knowing when I'm going to get out, not knowing if my children was going to have something to eat the next day, but which their brothers was very good parents. But still, you know, in prison, you know, you used to provide for those who in their children's lives. You used to be in the breadwinner, used to be in the security, the protector. So with me being incarcerated, Baby and Slim, bro, they told that accountant one time, listen, Because I always call her, tell her I need $2,100. She said, she'll cut the check, but she'll wait to get the approval from one of them. They said, look, whatever he called, what he asked for, just give it to him. So that's why I never make disrespectful videos. I might troll Bird every now and again, play, but like me just going on, you jive, I never do that. Never, ever, ever do that because they don't owe me nothing. They took care of it. And I always say, long as they print money, I'm going to get me some money. I'm going to get me some money in some kind of way. One way or another, I'm going to get me some money.
And you said that before you went to jail? You had that.
I've always been like that, yeah. I've always been like that. Long as they print money, I'm going to get money. I've always got money since I was a teenager. I was young. Me and money, always, money. Yeah, me and money always was in a relationship. Yeah, we always in a relationship. We go together forever. Yeah, I don't go like we go together bad. That's how we, yes, indeed. That's my first love, the money. You know what, let me say this here. I think it was a broke person that came up with this, money can't buy you happiness. And I beg to differ on that. Every time I get paid or every time somebody, I'm happy. When I ain't got no money, I gotta pay them bill, I'm sad and miserable and down. I just, man, when I got some money, I'm happy, man. So I don't know, but I disagree with that. And some people might come up with another, and I love to go back and forth respectfully, debate with people about that situation, but I just think that somebody was broke came up with that idea.
All right, thank you. I could tell you love money. You spent a while on that question.
Yeah, I do love money because I'm trying to see how, as I was telling you, how I'm going to get some more of it. Yeah. I was just thinking that while we were talking. What's my next move?
Okay, when you visited New Orleans recently, do you ever feel unsafe or threatened?
Mm-hmm. I don't feel threatened. Unsafe, yeah, because of this. It's a bunch of youngsters in that city that know me, I don't know them. So you always got people that feel like, oh, my people's into it. I'm going to handle that for uncle or my dad or cuz, whatever the case may be. So that's why I think for being the next person, that's why I don't just be hanging out in the hood and on the corners. I don't have no business doing. I'm too old for that anyway. But when I go to that city of New Orleans, trust me, I know I don't have the power no more. I know I don't have that pull no more. I can't make calls downtown, look, boy, I'm coming through, or look, have a board and ready, or across the river, because a lot of my family from across the river. So I can't make those calls no more. And I'm not one of them old heads that's delusional, don't know or thinking back in the day, boy, I was stepping in these streets, y'all little boys was in y'all father sacks, or y'all little boys. I know better, because I was young, and we wasn't going for when we was coming up, so I know the youngsters not going for it, so I get out their way. And yeah, I make sure I'm a tourist now, so I stay in the tourist areas. But I remember now I'm gonna go visit family here or there, but I don't want no problems though, man. I'm not looking for no problem. But if a fire starts, I will put it out. I promise you that. Man, I promise you that, man. Because you never lose touch of the streets. You just back away from the streets. So it's like all my life I've been in the streets. Grew up in the streets. So, as I was just saying, I thought about that Dr. Dre song. You think I sold them all? For those who know about it, they know what I'm talking about. But anyway, next question.
With your experience doing 23 years and 10 months behind bars, do you feel like you can relate to your son Funky's current situation?
Yes, I can. I can deeply. Man, you just gave me a chill just there. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How do you think your son is handling being incarcerated mentally and emotionally?
When I hear him on the phone, he good, he laughing and talking. Because he just like how I was. As long as I got outside support, I got hope. You got people, me, I ain't gonna speak on nobody else, because his mother been holding him down for, since he was a baby. But I'm gonna speak on just me right now. Now that God freed me and I have money, I'm always make sure my son don't want for nothing. He ain't gonna want for nothing. So I'm always sending money to take care of him. So, and I know he feel like I got my daddy. He hold me down, I don't want for nothing. And that helps with the bill. You go to commissary, you want. You on the phone, you want. Well, I don't be sending money for the phone. I send money for commissary. I tell him he gotta get out here live for that phone, because when I came up in the prison, my baby mothers and women made sure I was able to call. So you be going to go to the commissary, you gonna call these girls on this phone, but call to talk to your children. Because them girls, they're gone. That's over with. One of them federal ass, put them handcuffs on, that's over with, man. Focus on getting out of jail and your children, bro. Focus on them children, how they say them children.
Sure. Has your son got into any physical altercations since he been locked up that you know of?
Yeah, he had a fight. Yeah, they went to the hole too for it. Mm-hmm.
Are there any childhood friends or people from your past locked up with your son?
There was a few of them. Yeah, it was a few of them. Yeah.
Is this a positive thing? Does that help him get through since he know people that knew his daddy?
Well, you know, yeah, me and your dad was up, so man, your daddy look, every story he tell me, Daddy, there's a lot of people you looked out for. I mean, yeah, I remember him. Yeah, he a good dude. He a cool dude. It was one Asian he came across. He said, Dad, man, you know, it's a Cone. Shout out to my boy Cone. He in Atlanta. He from across the river though. And I was like, yeah, man, me and Cone did time together. Good dude. I say, don't disrespect him. I said, he not gonna tell you nothing wrong. Listen to what he tell you. Don't disrespect him. You know them youngsters, they be thinking them old heads don't know nobody. They think they run a game and think they. But Cone is a serious dude. You know. So I was like, man, you know, if he gonna give you some good advice, cause he been to the faith, he done time. So don't disrespect him. You know, I don't know how my son is, but you know they get with their little homeboys and pretty get he a Vietnamese or he a Asian. I'm gonna say that he a Asian, and they might go to try to play. Don't know that Asian gonna kick and chop, and I saw him in action in the joint. So sometimes, you know how they say don't judge that book by its cover. And like I said, with him did time, and I was like, oh, that's a good guy. You know what I'm saying? So respect him.
That's not the guy that kicked you, did he?
No, I ain't never seen him no more. How you know about that? Yeah, I would love to see him too, though.
I thought that's what you was talking about.
No. Cone, somebody I met in Yazoo, Mississippi. Him and his little brother now.
All right. With your son facing 2 murder trials in the feds, what's one thing you wish you had known back in the day that you tried to pass to him?
Man, I just left New Orleans and drove straight back here, come to do this, and not to do this interview, but I'm doing an interview with you. I just left him. I was in trial with him for a whole week, sitting in that trial, watching him and his other 2 co-defendants, 36. I have mixed feelings because as a parent now, I'm there supporting him, and I'm looking like, man, that's my baby. Well, he's not my baby no more. He was the baby boy. But I'm like, man, that's my child. He's sitting over there fighting for his life. You know, he's being charged with allegedly taking someone else's life. So you know, when you it's always, I like to use this analogy if I can. When you're in jail, we playing chess. And when you had the spectators on the side watching the game, I might touch this piece to move, and you're gonna see somebody out your peripheral vision gonna cringe up, like, man. And you're like, man, what I did wrong? Well, I made a bad move. It's always the person on the side that can see it better. So now with me sitting watching a trial, and then the victim mother came in, and she's from my project as well. So it's like, it wasn't no disrespect or none of that. We saw each other, spoke, and I must give her a hug, you know, because she's from my project, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, my son, your son, that was at war beefing, you know, so it's like, we all lose over again, you know? And I'm just looking at it like, it's what I'm thinking, like, man, my son over there, she here, you know, on behalf of her son that's deceased. So it's like, it's one of the moments I just be like, man, I caused a lot of this pain on my mother, you know? So I gotta just be there for him and support him, you know, let him know, hey, Pops here, he called me. I'm always, you know, sometimes, like, I don't have my phones on ringer, but I'm gonna catch that call eventually, or I text his sister, somebody, hey, tell Terrance to call me, or whatever, but I'm always make sure you have money for commissary. We gonna continue to fight. I need to fight, get the appeal lawyers and all that stuff, but I'll just watch the trial. I watch the people who testifying and watch everything was going on, but I can only just sit there and just be there to support him as a parent. This is mess he made. This is mess he made, and I could just only just be there, let him know I love him. I got him on this end, send him money, like I say, books, whatever he need. I saw his children mother. I messed with one of them. I was like, he had 3 of his children mother, and I said, boy. No, I told her, I said, girl, when I was doing my time, going through court, I ain't get all my baby moms in here, and she's like, boy, shut up. She was laughing. But most important, what I respect, he got his 2 best friends. I don't know if I should call their name on here, but they've been in court with him every day. I say, man, none of my friends, nobody came to court with me. Only one time had attempt to come to court, but they scared him, I guess, but he stopped. He ain't come no more. But it's 2 little dudes and one dude bring his little brother with him. They was in court every day when I was down there.
Wow.
Every day they was in the court holding him down.
Good friends.
Yeah, I was like, man, it's big. You know what I'm saying? Just to see males. Some dude usually gonna have a bunch of females in court. Or you might have one dude come to see what's going on, what they're saying. And another thing I want to clear up. They had, I think, 11 people on their case. 9 of them. I know everybody played out. It's only 2 there's the female and there's another dude that's testifying against them. But like the boy Tim, all of the youngsters that they was putting bad low on, saying this one telling on my son, this one telling. They actually open court did Timothy Jackson have a cooperation agreement. They say no. He had a regular plea agreement. So they had a non-cooperation global plea. That's what it is. They offered that to my son and his other 2 co-defendants. I think they offered them $35 apiece, and they was like, "No, we ain't take that. We going to trial." As a parent, I'd be like, $35 a long time, son. However, you'll be back out. But that's their choice. I can only just support them. Me personally, but take them 35, boy. Man, you live to see another day. And I just been in court, just listening to the lawyers. But you won't know what really touched me when I was, because I'm used to being on the other side where they at, coming through that back, shackled, to sit down for the court. But now I'm coming this way. And I get to see the marshal just talking to the people. They're respectful. They're not being disrespectful. And it's like, man, I'm a civilian. I pay my taxes, but even Diesel, when Diesel came, and John, like, man, he's looking around like, man, because he used to be in the back. He not used to be up front, up this way, where we could come and go, you know what I'm saying? So that was blowing him, So I was like, man, yeah, you're right. So I see the officer with the dog walking by, you around these people, they making sure everybody's staying safe, but they not being disrespectful to us. So that stuff, you're like, man, we just grew up rough and rugged. And when you get older, now you realize, like, man, okay, it's pretty cool being in square. It's pretty cool being on the bench over here, Get to go eat what you want to eat when they have lunchtime, recess, whatever the case may be. But I'm going to continue to support my son. I love my son. And that's just what it is.
How often do you guys make eye contact during the case?
He tries, it's crazy you say that, right? Sometimes he don't watch me. He don't like to look at me. He might, every now and again, he might look over. But he don't, because I be looking at him, staring and just wiping, like, look at my son. But every night he might look at me, or he might let me know, like, Dad, I'm good. Like, he might give me a nod, let me know he good. I'm looking. I guess because I be having that look, like, I don't hide it, like, man, you my child, you know what I'm saying? So, I see now what my mother was going through, coming in there, not knowing if her baby gonna come home again. So now it's like, okay, I'm sitting here now watching my son, and he'll give me that look like, I'm good. So when he called, like, what's up, what you think? He said, Dad, I'm cool, I feel good. So I guess he'd be looking at me like, my dad looking sad, you know what I'm saying? Because I was looking forward to getting out and be with him. You know what I'm saying? My children, all of them. And out of all of them, you know, he in jail. So, no, he don't look. And then sometime with his mother in there, if his mother sit by me, well, if he do look, I put my arm around here. He'll turn his head. Man, leave my mama alone. He turn his head. He don't want to see how I hug his mama.
Get your hands off my mama.
Yeah, that's how he be. Like, if I wait till he look, and I just throw my arm up there like that, he'll do like this, man. And his mama start laughing too, like, boy, leave that boy alone, stop being messy, da. So, yeah, but other than that, man, I just be wanting them to, you know, cheer him up, man, because they at war. Man, they at war in that courthouse, man. It's one, you know, he got a good lawyer. I would say that Mr. Washington, a very good lawyer. He got a good team. But yeah, they at war, man. They running in that courthouse.
Did you spend a lot of time in the law library when you were inside? And do inmates have the freedom to access it anytime?
Yes, and yes. And then they also put computers in the unit where there's a law library in the room. I mean, in a unit where you don't have to leave the unit. You can go log on right there and look up cases. Yeah.
Do you encourage Funky to go to the law library to?
Well, I don't know about I don't know if they got that because he's in the parish jail. This is when I was in prison. So, and then I got a lot of people still locked up. He asked me a certain question. I hit my people. Look this up. Get this. Send it to me right quick, and I forward it to him or something. Excuse me, and do it like that. But listen, like I say, I'm not a parent that's naive. I'm not a parent that's like, oh, my child was a good boy. My child just ride dirt bike. My child just go to school. Come on, man. So my thing is, right or wrong with my child. And I'm going to always be there for him, be there, you know, till Allah decide to take the breath from me. I'm going to be there for my child. I love my child, and, you know, unfortunately, he just was wilding and got caught up, so whatever God see fit of him paying for, that's just what we got to do. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, my mama calling. Hello?
Your door's open.
I've said that. All right. I'm in here doing an interview.
Okay, I'm sorry.
All right, later. Yeah, because so my mom, what happened was, let me just switch right, I'm going to tell you why. So we go, me and my mother, Diesel, we drive down to New Orleans. Mom don't want to drive, she's scared to drive. So I drive first. All right, Diesel, you take over, let me take me a nap. I can't sleep because Mom trying to be a backseat driver. Boy, that's the passing lane. All right, get back over here. You scared to drive? You want me to drive? And she talking loud like, Mom, I got to sleep. Like, I don't say nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So I tried to doze off, give me a nap, went to the gas station. It was time for me to pray. So I told my mom, I got back and I said, Mom, you know what? No more road trip for you with us. No. So we drove back. We made it back this morning, and I told her I would fly her. I bought her a ticket to fly her back, so go with her. She make it back today at 7. So that's what it was. She was just calling me, let me know she at the airport. But yeah, I said, ain't no more road trip, Mom. You got to fly back, baby. Because you intimidating the other driver. You got this man scared to drive because he don't want to mess up thinking you going to fuss it. No, and then we like to bump our music. But we listen to old throwback. We listen to Joe Black, T.T. Tucker, Feet I Feel, DJ Jubilee, you know, BG, Juvie, Wayne, Turk. You know, we listen to all big timers. We listen to all our throwback stuff. Lady Ray, Ghetto Twin, Partisan Crime. Now we in called jamming, bro. This the throwback with me, Morello, MC Thick, Ruler Juvenile, man. Tim Smooth, Sporty T, bro. We got everybody in rotation. So we gotta have that stuff bumping, and we on that road riding out. It's an 8-hour drive. I'm gonna catch the first shift. First focus, you know, when you're leaving, y'all be up and at it. All right, this is your turn. You know what I'm saying, man? So now we gotta be comfortable on the road. So Mama, go ahead and get on that plane, buy you a seat to get by the window, whatever you need. We'll make sure you comfortable. We got your luggage. And I was about to say you gonna beat us there, but we gonna beat you there, and we just come on and get you. Yeah.
Does your mom tell you, Terrance, turn that music down?
Yeah, boy, too loud. Yeah, you know, but Even though no matter what I did, this was going on, I still my mother, and I'm gonna always respect my mother to the utmost. And this is what burned me up with a lot of people in jail. And pay attention to this. You got a lot of guys, even not in jail, but the guys that's been in jail that's home now, or even people who haven't been in jail. Pay attention to this. Whenever they talk to somebody, a woman or a man, somebody, they go first say, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. But when your mother called or you told your mom, no, yeah, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, you give a stranger the utmost respect. You put a handle on that thing. But you only get one mother, one father. So that I always make sure I respect my mother. I get under her skin. I take her off a lot. She had cussed me out. We had made it to New Orleans because I saw this big man riding a bicycle. I said, see, mommy, you get you one. And she said, you play too much. I said, oh, nah, I play. You want to play? You want to play? I play. So she was mad with me. But yeah, man, I love my mother. I pray that I get out, spend time with her, move her with me when she ain't got to pay no bills. You get your little check, whatever, you do what you want with it. I got all the bills. You know what I'm saying? You could never repay your mother back. Father either, you know? So I just want her last days on this earth to be comfortable. Whether I go before her or whatever, but it's just my job to make sure that she's comfortable.
All right. Shout out to mother. Moving back to your son's case, have you looked into the case personally and offered any input to his legal team?
No. However, me and his lawyer did talk. His lawyer, I respect his lawyer. His lawyer hit me up, what you think? I voiced my opinion on some stuff, but I'm not going to step into their way with that. You know, that's what they there for. They lawyers went to school for that. You know, when I was in jail, of course, I was fighting my case. I knew my case. With my son is like, man, they got some stuff in that indictment, and I was like, man. So a lot of stuff I just didn't want to dive into, whatever the case may be, because it's my son, and I was like, man. And the thing about it is, see, some people will look at it like, well, it's either you, is it your son or them, because they was going back and forth, whatever the case may be, right? But I look at it like these little boys that was going back and forward, me and their parents are cool, or I know their parents. So it's like, how y'all grew up in the same neighborhood and y'all just start wilding, beefing, whatever the case may be. So I don't go too far into the case, too far into it, because you know as a parent you're gonna go to showing favoritism, go to feeling some type of way. But like I say, right or wrong, I'm there for my son, and until God take the breath out of me, I'm gonna be there for him regardless of whatever the outcome is. I'm there for him.
Do you have any jailhouse lawyers in your network you could reach out to for insight on his case?
Of course I did, yeah. He must be telling me, man, how I hit your boy, your partner baby about the gun, the 924 and this. I be hitting him up. I said hit him up, send him stuff to him.
Your partner baby?
Mm-hmm.
So is it
He's from Pensacola, yeah.
Okay.
Pensacola. Because he got a gun case too.
In your opinion, are jailhouse lawyers sometimes sharper than traditional
Of course.
lawyers?
Because traditional lawyers, just like you say, they have a one standard motion. I'm going to go, like back in the day, their favorite day was T versus Washington, T versus Lane, and then Washington, and then the Strickland rule, and da-da-da-da-da. So they'll put a standard motion and hope that fit your case. Whereas jailhouse lawyers are already mad. They're already mad with the prosecutors, don't matter whatever, so they're going to fight tooth and nail for you just to win. Even though they can't get themselves out, but they can get you out. Yeah, so a lot of jail law, because they have a lot more time to study. You know, attorneys on the street, they're being paid, so they got to research this case. They might have 3-4 cases, so they got to research this, got to research that. So some of them, man, he already doing a little bang, or the prosecutor already worked the deal with the prosecutor. I'm gonna go ahead and sell him out. But I'm gonna help this one out. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think the jailhouse attorneys are way more sharp and better.
Okay. With this trial starting this week, how long do you anticipate it might last?
I think another week. Might be another week. So I've been calling his mother to find out what the update, what's going on. I talked to his attorney, asked him when he thinks it's gonna be over. Yeah.
Do any of the charges your son is facing seem connected to your past, or is it a separate situation?
I was beefing with the Calio. In that war, my mother was shot. In that war, my truck was shot up with my brother and my other homeboy in the car. In that war, they killed my best friend Mosquito. So now, my son them, the Magnolia got the Bird Gang. The Calio got the Ghost Gang. My son is on trial for beefing with the Calio, the Ghost Gang.
Wow. How do you think your presence in the courtroom could impact the trial?
And because them folks don't know me, them white folks, the two black, well, one black now, because one black had to get off the jury. They don't know me, and they ain't thinking about, you know.
Have you been in that particular courtroom before?
No, not that one.
Okay.
But I saw. Let me tell you what's crazy. I was looking at all the judges, and I saw my judge opponent. I said, "Oh, that's the judge, right?" Yeah. The prosecutor that took over my case later on, that filed the motion for me to get out of prison and go for my hearing. She's prosecuting my son. Saw her in court.
I was just about to ask you. I was about to say, what would you do if you ran into a lawyer or judge that put you behind bars?
I ran into her in court. She was right there. We got to do what they call recess with her.
Yeah.
Her and I walked out together.
Did you speak to her?
Yeah, I spoke to her. She spoke back to me.
And she knew exactly who you were. Hey, Terrance.
Everybody know me, man. Now, come on now. In my case, who I am. But yeah, she spoke to me. I spoke to her. But it's like, okay, you filed the motion. You know, I got out of prison, but now my son, you fighting to keep him, you know, the rest of his life. So, and then one of the FBI agents walked up to me, and he remembered from my case. I shook his hand.
Was that this week?
Yeah, at the courthouse. Yeah. Because we all right, like, see how you and I in this room? We be in the hallway before you go in the courtroom. You got to go through the metal detector because they don't want you going in with no phones or nothing. But yeah, they see me, I see them. One guy, so I'm walking in the courthouse, go up the stairs. White guy walked past me, said, "Man, it's fresh." Something he cracked at the judge. I said, "I heard what you said." So he walk out, I go upstairs. The guy comes right back in my face and shook my hand and said, "Man, fresh, man, I know you might not remember me. We met at club such and such." I said, "He's serious." I said, "Man, I'm not Manny Fresh." He stepped back a little. He said, "Oh, I'm sorry." And then he just walked off.
He didn't know you was the people's champ.
Big facts. But Manny Fresh hold more weight down there. I said, now if there was a situation where I'm at a club or some event or somewhere, and they like, "DJ Manny Fresh out," if I could reap the benefits, yeah, man, I'm fresh. I'm up in here, you know what I'm saying? There's no ask. You get on the turntable, but I'm DJ Fresh.
So if it makes sense, you meant it.
Yeah, I'm in there.
Okay.
Getting something free to eat or, you know, get some special treatment, that fresh, yeah, get that. That'd be me. Eyes fresh. Yeah.
Would you ever interview your daughter, Taj? And would she do it?
She'll do it. I didn't want to at first. First, I didn't want to get in her way or in her mother's way because her mother did very, 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 very well with her. She created her own legacy, you know, being able to do the logo for the Super Bowl. That's big. Black woman, you know. She went to 5 different tribes and got people to come on the field, and all of them got paid a nice amount of money for 10 minutes on the field, and she came out of her pocket. She spent over $30,000 paying each one of these people out her own pocket, and she gonna get her money back. But for her, young lady like that to come out her pocket and pay everybody up front, you know, some people you like, "Look, y'all come to the event. When they pay me, I'm gonna pay y'all." Because she said, "Dad, I ain't want nobody to say I did the event. I ain't been paid yet." You pay her, I'm like, then I went to think. I went to plotting on my daughter. I said, "Look, girl, I got some money. You holding on, Charlotte?" So, but yeah, my baby, we hung out for the wedding not too long. That's my youngest daughter. Yeah, I'm real proud of her though. I like what she's doing. She's doing her thing. She don't bother nobody, ask nobody for nothing, stay out the way, and she just love to do her suits for Mardi Gras. For the when the Indians come out, she love to do that. And every year she step out with something different. She sew her own stuff. Big Queen Charles. How I got up here on my wall over here. Yeah, big facts.
Okay. As a father who's been locked up, what is OG Giggity's parenting approach today?
I let it play out. I don't try to overstep my bounds, I don't try to overstep stuff. But I let them know, Dad, I'm still your father now. What I respect about my children, they grown, but like if somebody been to tick them off or they want to explain something to me, the first thing they're going to say is, Dad, is it all right if I cuss? Can I curse, Dad? Like, go ahead, because I can tell you in the moment you're upset and I want you to be comfortable. Go ahead, they might say the F word or the whatever, but they don't be just going crazy with it. Even my son, Terrance, who's in the Fed, even he don't get different, cuss and go crazy like that. But, and I know they grown, but at some point, if we are on the phone or we in person, they just get the going in on with the cussing. I'm like, oh man, look, all right now, I'm gonna stop them. I'm gonna speak up on it. I'm gonna say that. But they are very respectful, all my children. But I'm just here for them. Like I say, their mother's done so much for them, and I didn't want to be one of them dads come on like, y'all know where I am. Such as look, you know what I'm saying? And that's the way you run a child away. So I think I see what they got going on, see what's up. I hear them out, then I voice my opinion or talk with their mother about it, whatever case may be, if the mother need to be involved. But man, I got a very good relationship with all my children, all of them.
That's good. Have you received any tongue lashings, or have any of your children expressed any feelings on you not being there for them?
No.
That's good.
No, nobody never. That's crazy you say that. No, none of them never. Like I say, two of my daughters graduated from college. Their mother held them down. I did what I could do from jail, but their mother always made sure I seen them when I was in prison. And that's what I love, respect about the mother so much, because no matter what she had going on with it, she always made sure I saw my children. Either give them to my mother or when the other baby mother come, I always saw my children. Always. It was time she brought my children up there, she might stay out in parking lot and let them come in. Yeah, man. So I always saw my children, bro. Always. So, and I don't hold nothing bitter, nothing against none of the baby moms. They doing them. I'm out now. No, me and my children still got a good relationship. Still call them. We be on the phone chopping it up. My daughters come hang out with me. So it's still love.
All right. When you visit schools and talk to students, do you freestyle your message, or do you come in with a specific plan?
I freestyle, but I think I might need to start doing a plan. But the freestyle been working because I'm not a professional. I just speak from the heart, and I just let them know, hey, I have my life in prison. Y'all out here, you get a chance to be with your family, holidays, you love that kind of stuff. But in jail, a lot of that stuff changed. They tell you what to do, what to eat, when to shower, when to go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? So I just go from there. If they ask me a question, I can feed off that. I'm more like, you got to ask me a question, I could go versus me jumping up and trying to. I don't like it like that. I like going, how y'all doing? This is who I am, what I've been through, questions. And then I can float. Yeah.
Have you ever brought any other speakers with you?
Yeah, I got this coming up. We got 3 schools we doing out here in Dallas, being these are at the mouth. But like I say, I am starting to talk with other people because at one time I couldn't get no help, but people see that I'm moving out without them. So now I got people that stepping and helping out, and I'm one of the ones that I put my pride to the side. If I don't know, I'm gonna ask. So somebody say, look, I like what you're doing, but I think you ought to write down. All right, cool, let's go. Tell me what to do. And that's what I'm going to do. Because anything I can do to help the children, that's what I'm going to do. At this point, it's not about me. It's about me helping them, So whatever game plan we need to go with, let's go with it. I'm a team player. Let's roll. I ain't tripping off that because I don't know, I just know I get up there, and I'm happy that I don't have to lie that, because, you know, I never had a job in my life. So I was wondering, like, man, I know I told the children, like, man, y'all need to get a job. And I ain't never worked, but I be having 2 jobs now, paying taxes. I could honestly look them in the eye and say, man, get you a job. Yeah.
Get a job like me.
Yeah. Well, like I don't work no more, but get you a job.
Have you ever gotten nervous during any of your speaking engagements?
No.
Okay.
No, not at all. Because what they could tell you, this, shut up, old man, I don't want to hear that. That's it, you know what I'm saying? No, but no.
Do you know the exact date when you officially get off of papers?
Yeah, January, I think 2nd, 2020. This 25 right here, right?
Yes, sir.
27.
That's a long time.
Well, it's a year and some months.
Do you plan to celebrate that moment?
No.
Reflect properly, or just keep it moving?
You know, the celebration was when God released me from jail. So I think I should be let off super release earlier now. I did 3 years some change, you know. So, but it is whatever God got planned. Cause I ain't doing nothing wrong, I ain't tripping. I'm just rolling with it. I don't sneak nowhere. I go out of town, ask my PO where I could go. I get approved. I turn in the hotel I'm in, whatever car I'm driving. I got to turn all that in so they know where I'm at. And I ain't trying to do that. I'm happy to be free. I get to see everybody, go eat. Like, I put leave the sweets alone, but I relapsed. I had a praline beignet. I said, what in the world going on out here? You know, man, that thing was good. Oh, man, a praline. Is it praline? Say it again.
Is it praline?
It may be. You know, y'all say pronounce stuff different, but from but I'm from Dallas. Let me get that straight. But anyway, man, it was good, man. Matter of fact, whenever I go back again, I'm gonna go to that spot and record it.
I was just about to ask you, can we get a mukbang of the beignet praline extravaganza?
I got y'all.
Okay.
Man, I'm now thinking about that, John. That got some stuff now.
Do you ever think about retiring your character, Mr. Answer Right Back, or are people still coming at you behind the scenes?
Both. I think about retiring now. I don't want to be on YouTube forever. I want to get into the movies. Of course, people come at me. They know when they come at me to get a response, they're going to get views. So that don't stop. You know, people know the formula. They know. Just like when I got the alley hoop thrown. So sometime I might answer you back, sometime I might not. I'm at a point like, I beat it. You know, certain stuff, man, you ain't work. If I can't benefit, I ain't about to answer that. Get on. You know, so.
Oh, we got 2 or 3 more questions. Does OG Giggity enjoy singing? In a few of your last interviews, you've been very joyous and friendly and known to carry a tune.
Yeah, I know the same, man. I've been in the car singing my little heart out, bro. I can't sing, but I'm going to have some fun. I like to listen to slow jam music, old school, 90 vibes, whatever. I like to rock out, just have fun. If a female around me, I singing, she get to laughing, but she see my human side. But yeah, man, I enjoy.
You were singing some Al Green the other day in one of your interviews. Did you know that Al Green to this day have a church in Memphis?
No, man. See, I need to get me a church. Because it's non-profit, man. I mean, tax exempt. So when people donate, see, you got me thinking my criminal way. I could have had them dope boys bring about 20, 30 and wash it through the church. Man, but that's tax exempt, bro. That's the, all right now. Get right. Shake back. I had a moment. I'm back now.
Yes.
Wow.
Can we get a bird call? Okay.
Oh! Yo, wrist gagging on bang, you little bitty. Say, bro, these people say all kind of stuff, but I be tripping out. I just look at it and that. They be watching this stuff, they be sad. People be like, man.
All right, last question. What is the source of your happiness?
My mother. When I wake up and I see that lady in that bed or moving around, I smell some coffee, she cooking bread, whatever, my mother. God allowed me to wake up and allowed her to wake up, so we still got more time.
Well, I'd like to thank you for this opportunity to interview OG Giggity. You got any shout out?
Well, let's do something different. How about you shout some people out and tell them about your channel, what you got going on? Because they already know me.
All right. I'm Sam Oz TV, and I came over from Giggity channel to Crypto Game, and I'm part of the production team. So a lot of the shows you see, you know, we working together. It's a unit, you know. So come join the winning team.
I like that. And also the reason why I want you to introduce yourself, because the last few interviews I've done with Charleston White, I have got a lot of questions from you to interview Charleston White. So I wanted people to hear your voice as well, you know. I don't know if you want them to see your face, you want to come around, they can see you on the camera, but I know you got a lot going on too. I know you like to stay behind the scenes, you know, so they can hear your voice, you know what I'm saying? So, I wanted to do something different. I was like, but you always giving up the questions, I wanted you to interview me. I thought that'd have been pretty cool.
Yeah, man, I appreciate the opportunity.
Okay, no problem. That's it?
That's all.
We out, y'all.
We finished.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You gotta press stop. There you go.